Hey everyone, this is Austin from the NERF Fi Corps, and this is NERF Thrifting episode 54. These are the finds for August 2021, and I really didn't get like that much stuff for this month, but I also didn't really get to do like a whole lot of thrifting, so there is that. And I'd still say that the stuff that I actually got was pretty good. So let's get started. Starting off with a Recon Light. Now I got this because I'm actually planning to use it for the Starduster Techno 10 mod, which I'm probably going to want to do soon here because, you know, with coming into fall and winter, that's just going to make doing the mod harder. So I'm probably going to want to do that, like, you know, at the very latest, like early fall before it starts to get cold outside. But I think I got this for like $1.50 or something, which I'd say is, you know, pretty good for this little attachment. So not too bad. Next up, I found an inbox pack of Boomco darts, and I thought that this was really cool because I'm sure that most of you know that Boomco is out of business. Like, they're totally done. So to find some inbox darts from this no longer existing company, I knew I had to get these because, you know, these are kind of hard to find now since they're not even being made anymore. And for only $2, that's definitely pretty cool. So I'd say a nice little addition to my inbox collection. I also found a Vortex Proton, but I actually have it all disassembled right now, and that's because I'm using it for a mod, actually. I'm going to be doing a really cool paint job and some slight modifications to it, and of course I will have a full video on that when that is fully done. And then I got a Lumitron. Now this I'm also planning on using for a mod. It's kind of supposed to be like in line with the other mod that I'm working on right now. It's kind of like a pair of two different blasters, basically. So this is definitely pretty cool. And condition-wise, it's definitely pretty scratched up and stuff, and not in very good condition, to be honest. But that's okay, because I'm going to be painting it, so that's not really a big deal. Except I did notice something that I wish I had noticed in the store. The magazine release on the right side of the blaster is unfortunately broken, and I probably would not have gotten this thing if I had noticed that in the store, but I didn't, so that kind of sucks. But actually, I'm not really too worried, because it is going to be a Fallout-themed blaster, and if you know what Fallout is, well, it's a post-apocalyptic kind of game. So I guess with that kind of being broken, that's kind of fitting, although I'm probably going to, like, sand it down a little bit, though, so it's just not so, like, just gross-looking, to be honest. But I guess it also doesn't really, like, affect me, because I'm a right-handed person, and so I'm going to be using my thumb on my right hand to use the mag release. And since it's the right side that's broken, it doesn't really, like, affect me. So this is okay, although for a left-handed user, then they would want to use this one. But it's still not even really, like, that bad. You can still technically use it. It's just nowhere near as comfortable. But, again, I am going to sand it down, so that would help with that, I guess. But overall, not too shabby of a find, considering that I'm going to be using it for a mod. And for $4, I'd say that's definitely pretty good. I also found the NERF Rebel Mini Mischief, which can do this. So definitely a pretty small Nerf blaster, but it's very, very fun because of all the cool little flips and tricks with it you can do and stuff. And I think I got it for like a little over $1 or something, so pretty cool. And then I also found a pair of these Rebel Jolt things, and there's like 5 different variants of these. So I do not know which ones these are, but I got this for like $2.49, which is pretty cool. We have a Midnight one-shot front gun. Now this was $3.99, which isn't too shabby, I'd say. But I got it because I actually need this for my Midnight launch shots because mine actually does not have the front gun. So I got it because I need it for that. Up next, I have not one, but actually 2 inbox NERF Rebel Aero refill packs, which is definitely pretty cool. I do already have one of these, but here's 2 more. So now I have a total of 3 of these refill packs. Now I think this one I found in the actual toy section, but then this one I think I found in the sports section, which is kind of funny. And what's even crazier, though, is that this was priced at $3.99, and this was priced at $1.99. Like, I just find that price difference, like, kind of ridiculous. Or, well, no, not ridiculous, but just silly. Like, it's funny that they price them differently because it's the exact same thing. But I suppose if there were different people pricing these things, that, yeah, you're pretty much bound to end up with different prices for the same thing. So, I suppose, but I still find it silly that they were priced differently. But nevertheless, I think some pretty cool additions to my inbox collection. Up next, we have the NERF Mega Thunderbow. This was only $5, which I'd say is a pretty good deal because it's in very nice condition and also works very well, which is always really cool. And then also, I noticed something. behind the Goodwill sticker, there appears to be a garage sale sticker. You see that little green round sticker? That appears to be a garage sale sticker, and I just think that's funny because that obviously means that someone was trying to sell this at the garage sale, but it didn't sell, and then they just decided to donate it to Goodwill. So that's kind of cool, I guess. So for $5, I'd say that this is pretty nice. Up next, we have the Hyperfighter, and I'm so happy to have one of these because I've been looking for a Hyperfighter for a really long time. So to finally have the Hyperfighter in my hands is pretty awesome. But hold on a second, it actually did not have the battery cover when I found it. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed when I found this because it's like, here it is, finally, a Hyperfighter. No battery cover. I instantly went onto eBay to maybe see if I could find a replacement battery cover listing, and I did. I found one. Literally just one of them. There was no other listings. And the price of it was $13, but I actually managed to get it down to $9, which I'd say is definitely better, but also not, like, great. You know, I mean, $9 just for this battery cover, like, that's not great, but honestly, like, I'm not complaining, because all in all, I got this for $16, because the price of the Hyperfighter itself, when I found it at the Goodwill, was only $7, which, well, you know, still isn't great, because it didn't have the battery cover, but $7, along with the $9 for the battery cover, again, total of $16 for this Hyperfighter. Not too bad, honestly. That's pretty good. And in terms of the condition, I'd say it's definitely pretty nice. Although there are some scratches up on here. And also on the Elite logo, there's some scuffs and stuff on there, which does kind of suck. But other than that, it's actually pretty good, and it does work just fine. Next up, I found something pretty crazy. An Atomizer, but with 4 of the yellow ballistic balls. Now, you might be thinking, like, well, hold up, the Atomizer doesn't have yellow ballistic balls, like, it didn't come with that. But it'll make sense later. But this is really cool, so let's take it out of the bag here. There it is. Looking pretty nice, actually. You can see up here, there is this N right there, that N sticker, and then on the side, it looks like it says Atomizer, along with the Atom Blaster's logo on there. This is actually a little bit different from my other Atomizer, because my other Atomizer only had, like, the Atomizer text, like, engraved on the side, I'm pretty sure, something like that anyways, but this actually has stickers. So I wonder if this is, like, some older form, maybe? I'm not sure. But either way, it's in pretty good condition, the string isn't, like, ripped or anything, or, and there's, like, hardly any scratches on this thing. Like, this thing was really well taken care of. Like, this thing is pretty cool. Look at that, guys. These are the original yellow ballistic balls from, like, the vintage blasters. Like, this is, like, the same thing that came with the ball blaster, the first Nerf blaster ever made. And here's 4 of them. But it may still seem a little weird, because why are there yellow ballistic balls with this Atomizer? Well, I also found at the same Goodwill this ball blaster right here, and this did in fact come with the yellow ballistic balls. And it actually came with 4 of them, and I have 4 right here. So I actually found the ball blaster with the 4 balls, basically. The balls were technically, like, separate from the Atomizer, but, like, that's pretty cool. So there we go, a Nerf ball blaster from 1999 with all 4 of the original yellow ballistic balls. I think this is like my 4th ball blaster now, but I'm gonna keep buying them because this is a vintage blaster and I really just can't pass them up. I think they're pretty cool, not gonna lie. So, and for only $4, pretty good. And the last thing that I found was this really bizarre, like, Scout knockoff thing that had this, like, camo paint on it, and it was actually on both sides. Like, come on now, that's pretty sad that this horrible, cheap knockoff can have paint on both sides, but then Hasbro doesn't even put hardly any paint on the right side, which used to be, like, where all the paint was. Like, it's sad, but it was kind of cool, not gonna lie, to be honest. I did kind of like the camo paint on it, but it was very, very cheap feeling. I did not like how it felt, and just a cheap garbage ripoff of the Scout. Definitely extremely Scout inspired. Like, the grip is exactly like the Scout. But the reason I'm not holding it right now is actually because I lost it. Yeah, it's been, like, not even, what, 2 weeks since I first got it, and I already lost it. I'm sure I'll find it, though. Like, it's really not a big deal. As for the price, I think it was, like, $2.99. which I guess is okay. I gotta be honest, I really didn't want it. The only reason I really got it was because I had never seen it before, and it was kind of bizarre. So that's why I got it. But with that being said, that does conclude this episode of NERF Thrifting. Like I said at the start, there wasn't really a lot of stuff, but definitely some really good stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you guys later.